lesson 14, you will have been introducing the polyatomic ions to your students. Now, this list of ions can be a tough one for some students to master. A game that's fun, that will allow your students opportunities to identify these polyatomic ions, their symbols and charges, is Polyatomic Ion Bingo. This bingo is played just like you played the element bingo in an earlier lesson. In your students' books, they'll have two blank bingo cards. On those bingo cards is where your students will fill in the symbols and charges for elements. The list that they can refer to is the master list of ions in the same lesson. Now that's found on page 129 in your student text and about 227 depending if you're using the group teacher guide or the teacher guide that's designed for one student's use. Now this game can readily be played with one student. If that's your case, go ahead and utilize this activity. Just like you did with the element bingo, have your student fill out their bingo card using that master list of ions. So for example, the first one here is already filled in for you, which is NH4 ammonia. And then using the list, you can just go ahead and continue here. We could do something like chloride, BCl -1, and then we could do hypochlorite, which would be ClO1 -1, and just fill this. The card is a 6x6 card, 36 spaces, and there's more than enough. I think there's more than 40 on the master list. So your students should have cards in that end up differently. So playing a blackout bingo will work so that one student can win with not having all the students win at the same time. So object of the game is to get a bingo, and so what you'll do then is call out the ion names. The students search their card and find the correct symbol and charge for that ion. Now in some cases I've had students go ahead and as they write the name of the ion on their card is in small letters underneath to go ahead and write out what its name is. So we could write out chloride, and for this one was hypochlorite. And that's okay because the students are just learning these, and the more repetition they have, even though you may have just called out the name hypochlorite, they'll still look up and see that symbol and charge for the hypochlorite anion here. So that's okay if you want to allow them to do that. So you will call out names of ions, and then using markers of some sort, pennies, buttons, little pieces of paper. I've got these colored chips that work nicely here. The students will place their markers on the card in hopes of winning a bingo. You can play straight bingo, 6 across, 6 down, 6 diagonally. You can play picture frame, you can play fill the center, any combination of spaces to win a bingo. Then when a student thinks they do have a bingo, it's a really strongly recommended that you have them call out those ions that allow them to win the bingo. So they would say, I have NH4+1 for ammonia, Cl -1 for chloride, hypochlorite, I had ClO1 -1. Any of the times that they can repeat these ions for you just improves their chance for retaining those for future use in the remainder of the course. So this is the Polyatomic Ion Bingo found in lesson 14. I strongly encourage you to play it. If you just have a single student that you're working with, go ahead and play with them. Call out the symbols or the names, and then have them find the symbols, and then if you'd like, reverse the process and just put the names on a card, and you call out the symbols and charges and they have to identify them. So Polyatomic Ion Bingo, enjoy your time with your students.